What up, you nerds? Fallout here, and Bungie just dropped a fairly sizable TWAB today, going over a lot of details regarding the mid-season patch dropping into D2 next Tuesday, July 6th. First, I'm gonna very briefly give you all the quick highlights of today's TWAB outside of the weapon patch notes, then we will dive right into the weapon changes and what they mean for the game overall. Okay, filler stuff. Solstice of Heroes, the yearly summer event, is dropping into D2 on Tuesday, July 6th. Looks like we're going to be heading back to the EAZ for more shiny, glowy armor. No shock there. There is also a new shotgun coming called the Glimmer and Virtue. It does look kind of cool, but based on the upcoming shotgun changes, not too sure you're going to want to go after it. More on that later. Moving on, Vault of Glass Master difficulty is also dropping on Tuesday, July 6th. There's no minimum power requirement to enter, but don't go into VOG Master completely unprepared because enemies are going to be at 1350 power. There will be more champions than usual, and more modifiers are going to be turned on. TLDR, if you are not prepared and you go into Master VOG, you are going to get dick slapped. Playing Master VOG will allow you to get the final triumphs required for the Fate Breaker seal and title. You'll also be able to get Time Lost weapons. If you don't know what those are, Time Lost weapons are essentially the VOG version of Adept weapons. Not only are they confirmed able to take Adept weapon mods, but they offer additional perks in both Column 3 and Column 4, meaning that if you get a Time Lost weapon to drop, your odds of getting a God roll are going to go way, way up. Apparently, it's going to work like Grandmaster Nightfalls. Each week will feature a specific Time Lost weapon for you to hunt, rotating alongside the available VOG challenge for that week. If you want more information on all the VOG challenges, by the way, and a link to my VOG challenge calendar, I got a video up on the channel for that, link in the pinned comment below. Once you've earned a Time Lost weapon, you can also buy additional rolls from the chest at the end of the raid on Master difficulty by dropping Spoils of Conquest. That kind of means that Spoils of Conquest are going to be more valuable than ever in about a week's time. If you want a guide on how to farm spoils really easily, link to my guide on how to do that in the pinned comment below as well. You're also going to be able to get good armor, aka armor with really high stat rolls, from Master VOG, which will focus on specific stats, which are going to rotate each week. More info on that, I'm sure, when we get our hands on Master VOG, again, coming Tuesday, July 6th. All right, now the big stuff. There are 2 sandbox patches coming. The first one is coming on July 6th, aka next Tuesday, and the second equally large patch is coming later with the launch of Season 15. First, why don't we cover the changes coming on Tuesday, July 6th, which mainly cover 120 RPM hand cannons, shotguns, the Dead Man's Tale, and the Sleeper Simulant. Shotguns are getting a fairly big change. The TLDR that I want you to keep in mind when reading the TWAB is that the goal is apparently to make it so that you need to be closer to your target to lock up a clean one-hit shotgun kill, but still be able to reliably two-tap people in PvP from far away. Here are the changes again, and don't worry, I'll give a translation for everything. Increase ag frame shotgun cone angle from 4.0 to 4.25 degrees. Reduce shotgun damage falloff minimum by 2 meters, and increased shotgun damage falloff maximum by 2 meters. Slug shotguns are not affected by this change. Okay, translation on each one at a time. Regarding the cone angle, the increased angle means they are widening the cone of your shotgun's potential pellet spread. I've talked about in the past about how to avoid barrel options on your shotgun like smoothbore. Even though it bumps up your range, the wider your pellet cone angle is, the less likely you are able to land every pellet on an enemy in PvP. Wider funnels are bad on shotguns, and Bungie is leaning into that a little harder, with the cone angle getting a tad wider in July. That means that you're going to be less likely to land all your pellets on an enemy when firing a shotgun, making one-hit kills more difficult to achieve from far away. Regarding the damage falloff minimum and maximum, please direct your attention to the highly sophisticated image that I have constructed for your viewing pleasure. If you want to hire me to make YouTube thumbnails and/or diagrams, the DMs are open. When Bungie says falloff minimum, what they mean by that is the distance where your weapon begins to experience damage drop-off. So look at both of the green lines on the diagram. The fall-off damage minimum would be the short green line. At that point, that is where your damage per pellet on a shotgun would begin to slowly go down the further away a target was from you. The fall off maximum is the point where the damage drop off has gone all the way down to 0, and you're literally not doing any damage with any pellet from your shotgun because your target is too far away from you. Now that you understand that, here is the change. The green lines indicate where damage drop-off begins and ends as of right now, and the red lines indicate where damage drop-off will begin and end beginning on Tuesday, July 6th. Damage drop-off is going to begin about 2 meters closer, meaning that again, the further away you are from a target, the less damage your shotgun pellets are going to do. That all translates to Bungie is going to make it noticeably harder for you to get a one-hit kill with your shotgun unless your target is very, very close to you. However, with the extended range on the damage drop-off max point, they are also making it a little bit easier to guarantee that you'll be able to get 2-tap shotgun kills from fairly far away. As Bungie mentions in the TWAB, they expect faster firing shotguns to, quote, eat into aggressive shotgun dominance. TLDR, on Tuesday, July 6th, deep one-shot kill shotguns are out, or at least more difficult, and quick 2-tapping is likely going to be in. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go through my vault this weekend and try to pick out fast-firing shotties that I'll want to level up for PvP, including the Reese Walker, the 7th Seraph CQC, and hell, even the Wishbringer. If you're the type of dude who uses Chaperone and or any other kind of slug shotgun, good news for you, you don't have to worry about anything. Now let's move on to 120 RPM hand cannons, which if you've played even 2 minutes of PvP in the last few months, you'll know are completely dominating the PvP meta. Bungie mentions that there are multiple problems with why 120 RPMs are currently so strong. Problem 1 is that they are, quote, too rangy, and problem 2 is that they benefit far too much from even minor damage buffs, i.e. being able to 2-tap headshot people in PvP with only Rampage level 1 activated. Here are the upcoming changes on Tuesday. The damage multiplier, aka how much extra damage you do on a headshot, is being taken down from 1.8 to 1.6, preventing a 10% damage bonus from allowing 2-tapping in PvP. Before going on to the other hand cannon changes, I want to share a few more damage numbers. Currently, 120 RPM hand cannons can get 90 damage on a headshot, thanks to the 1.8 headshot multiplier. With the upcoming patch, the 1.6 multiplier takes their headshot damage down to just 80 damage. While that sounds like a lot, 120s are still going to be able to 2 headshot 1 body shot literally any guardian in PvP within range, because that total damage comes to 210. With Rampage level 1 though, headshot damage is going down from 99 to 88, meaning that 2 headshot 120 hand cannons won't be possible even on the lowest Resil Guardians. Even with Rampage level 2, you'll soon only be able to deal 193.6 damage in 2 headshots, meaning that if you really want to use your 120 RPM hand cannon to 2-tap headshot people in PvP, you're gonna need to hit Rampage level 3, or just throw Rampage out the window altogether and return to Kill Clip. If you were wondering, Multi-Kill Clip also won't be able to 1-tap at level 1, since that'll take headshot damage down to 93.6, aka 187-ish damage on 2 shots. Really, if 2-tapping in PvP is your thing, you now really need regular, good old-fashioned Kill Clip. Alright, back to hand cannon changes. Reduced aim assist minimum fall off distance by 1 to 2 meters, depending on your range stat. Remember, fall off minimum, meaning when the fall off begins to happen, so they're bringing in the aim assist cone fall off by 1 to 2 meters, aka aim assist will begin to fall off from closer than before. Finally, reduced damage minimum fall off distance by 1 meter. This reduces their damage fall off advantage over other hand cannons to 1 meter. TLDR, 120 RPM hand cannons are going to become significantly less deadly on Tuesday. I'm really gonna need to get my hands on them to actually feel how much worse they're going to feel, but it's entirely possible that when the patch drops, other weapons like 140 RPM hand cannons or pulse rifles are gonna quickly go up in viability. There's a couple of changes coming to perks as well, but nothing that I thought was too earth-shaking. Drop mag is getting taken away for a rework, pulse monitor and rewind wounds are both getting fixed, and Reservoir Burst is getting a buff to feel more impactful. Moving on, Dead Man's Tail, a weapon that is absolutely crushing the PC landscape with how easy it is to use on mouse and keyboard, is getting a change. Bungie is removing hipfire damage fall-off scaler, and the aim assist cone angle in hipfire is being reduced from 1.5 to 1.2. Translation: when hip firing the DMT, your aim assist cone is now going to be tighter, meaning you'll actually need better aim in order to land shots when hip firing. Also, when hip firing, you won't be able to hit ADS levels of damage, meaning that you won't be able to cross-map hip fire people with DMT for full damage. Because the rate of fire isn't changing, I still think DMT is going to be really good on M&K, but you're gonna have to aim a little better, and most of your gunfights with DMT are probably gonna happen around mid-range now. You won't be able to cross-map people anymore. Sleeper Simulant is getting the buff it should have gotten the last time around, and it'll now be a really, really good weapon option for PvE, becoming the quote, clear winner for single-shot linear fusion rifle damage. To recap, all those changes I just mentioned are happening on Tuesday, July 6th, but again, there will be another sandbox patch coming later with the launch of Season 15. Here's a preview of what we should expect in Season 15. Fusion rifles are getting a quote, large rework, changes to perks and mods, and custom tuning to most exotic fusion rifles. Breach grenade launchers, which Bungie believes are shortly going to get a bump in viability due to the shotgun nerfs, are going to be looked at in Season 15. They're planning on a small change that touches priming and cleaning up targets. Scout rifles and hand cannons in PvE aren't hitting enemies hard enough and take too many shots to kill, something they intend to change. Machine guns really aren't doing their intended job well enough, so they're also going to get a quote, noticeable change, although no other details have been given. The special ammo economy, particularly in PvP, is going to get looked at. Probably a good idea, because right now it is crazy easy to drown in green ammo in PvP. Oh boy, get ready to pour one out, PvE players, because Anarchy is about to get got in Season 15. Bungie plans on making changes that make it great at a couple roles rather than being the jack of all grenade launchers. Bungie also mentions that they want to give players more reasons to use exotic primary weapons in high-end PvE content, and have changes coming to help with that potential problem. Bungie wraps up the TWAB by saying they intend to keep a close eye on special weapons and will continue to make adjustments when they see how they perform in the wild, particularly fusion rifles and grenade launchers. Here's my thoughts. On Tuesday, July 6th, the viability of shotties like the Fellwinter's Lie and the Astral Horizon are going to go down. It's entirely possible that because grenade launchers aren't getting tweaked until Season 15, their usage numbers are going to go way up, especially on PC where they're really easy to use. I don't think shotguns are going to completely disappear. Faster firing archetypes and also slug shotguns are probably going to start popping up more and more after Tuesday. Hand cannons. I'm probably going to throw out every 120 RPM hand cannon I have that has Rampage. And no, I'm not kidding. If 120 RPM hand cannons are still top dog, perks like moving target, rangefinder, explosive payload, timed payload, and kill clip are going to blow up even harder in viability. If 120s feel like a shell of their former self, and they might, depending on your role, a lot of 140 RPM hand cannons are going to become way stronger overnight. Absolutely keep your eyes peeled for the rise of awesome 140 RPM hand cannons that do well at range, like the Ace of Spades. I'm betting money that DMT will still be around for now, at least on PC. I might even expect more DMT grenade launcher combos between now and Season 15, despite the DMT nerf, just because both shotguns and 120 RPM hand cannons are about to get hit. And there you go, a whole heap of patch note information and predictions about the meta. Remember, shotgun, hand cannon, DMT, and sleeper changes on July 6th. All other changes are coming with Season 15. Big shout out to my patrons for the month. Thank you so much for your support and keeping the channel chugging along. I appreciate all of you. Head on over to patreon.com/falloutplays if you want to learn more. Let me know down in the comment section what weapons you think are going to rise up in viability after next week and what you'll actively be hunting for to bring into PvP. Click the like button on today's video because I asked you politely to, and remember to hit subscribe and help me with my oh so humble goal of one day becoming the sole ruler of the world. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.